Hello and welcome. You're watching Head to Head on UATV and I'm Oles Gardjuk. The start of a new theatrical season is a good time to talk about the development of Ukrainian theater. Artists, playwrights and directors are in constant search of new ways and approaches, and to help them with that, British Council has launched the program called Taking the Stage. To talk more about this, we welcome to the studio today Anna Bubnova, Head of Arts at British Council Ukraine. Hello and thank you for being with us today.
Hello, thank you for inviting.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. So tell us more about this program. What's the purpose of it?
The program has started 3 years ago, and the key idea was to give Ukrainian directors and theaters a chance to produce new work based on the UK material. So the directors are free to choose play or fictional or non-fictional documentary text of British literature and
of British literature
of British literature, and offer a concept of their new production. The interesting thing about it that the director has to work in a collaboration with the Ukrainian theater, and they together have to offer their view on how the production is going to happen. In June 2018, so a few months ago, they submitted their proposals, and the Ukrainian British panel, we have a panel which consists of 3 Ukrainian and 3 British directors.
So their jury.
The jury, yeah.
Okay.
They shortlisted 11 plays, whose teams are invited to Kiev in October to actually present 20-minute staged presentations of their work.
Okay.
And it's going to happen at the Stage 6 at Dovzhenko Center on the 12th and the 13th of October.
So very soon.
Very soon.
So you already collected all the applications. How many theaters applied this year? You're saying that this program is functioning for the 3rd year in a row, right?
Yes.
So how popular did it become?
Interestingly, the program is it is definitely very popular among the Ukrainian directors. And theater, but what we found out that the public is actually quite interested in the theater, in the development of theater, and usually at our presentations we have we have sold houses every night, even though we are not showing the finished work. Wow. We are showing just the sketches, but the public...
So this is just the competition, and people are very interested in this.
Very interested. And last year, what we decided to do, considering the interest, we are offering the public to actually choose their favorite play, and this year is the same thing. They can vote for their favorite production.
Okay, public Grand Prix. Okay.
Yes. So the jury will identify 2 winners, and the public will identify the 3rd winner.
Okay, so there are 3 winners in total. Okay, so this means that Taking the Stage is providing Ukrainian theaters with financial help, as far as I understand, and also connects them with the British directors for some temporary cooperation.
Yes.
Are we talking about one play only? This play, which is the translation of some British work of literature.
Yeah, the mentorship that is kind of the essential part of the program is just for that production. But it's of course up to the director and the theater to develop the partnership with the director, with the British director further down the line. What the British Council is offering, we are offering the mentorship support. We are paying for the rights where the clearance is needed. We are offering a grant towards the production and also the informational support. So we help theaters to work on the design of the poster, to work on the design of the teaser. So
they improve their visual content.
Exactly. So it's a learning and developmental program in its essence. We are helping the theaters to look at themselves, to look at the production, and take that experience further on with them.
And what British directors and theaters are we talking about in terms of cooperation with the Ukrainian ones?
Well, we've had in the previous years we've had collaboration with the Young Vic. It's a London-based theater, one of the kind of very known theaters in London that constantly focuses on the directors. We've had collaboration with the Wales theater, Cymru. This year we have representatives of New Sheffield Theatre, also York, and a freelance director that worked actually with a number of theaters around the country. British theater scene is quite mature, and what we know about it is that a lot of directors collaborate with various theaters at the same time. So they run projects for our current directors ran projects with the Royal Shakespearean Company, for example, Royal Exchange, with the National Theatre. So these are the people with with a solid background.
This is very interesting. How do, well, from your experience, how do Ukrainian theaters and, I mean, people who work there, Ukrainian directors, how do they develop this cooperation with the British ones? Do they, I mean, are they fluent in English? Can they understand all this? Do they have like a lot of mutual background and knowledge?
What I can say is the British and Ukrainian theater scenes are very different. British theater is a part of the creative industries. It's a lot about actually working closely with the audiences and earning their income. A lot of the companies in the UK are not subsidized by the state or subsidized in the very limited portion. I mean, maximum of 30% of their budget is coming from.
So they're profitable.
Yes, they have to be profitable, and they work with the audiences. For the Ukrainian theater is undergoing. I mean, it's moving towards that direction, but it's not there yet.
Okay.
So Ukrainian directors, I don't think they're yet ready to collaborate kind of in a full partnership. But what they're learning is they're learning how to work with the audience, how to prepare productions that might be interested not only to the Ukrainian audience but audiences elsewhere.
Abroad.
Yes.
What approach to choose, probably how to approach them, right?
Yes.
I would like to know, if we're talking about Ukrainian theaters and directors participating and taking the stage, could you tell us about this year's competition? What are the scratches about? The scratches that you say that actually the houses are sold out.
So on the 12th and the 13th, there will be 11 presentations. Some of them will be about the contemporary, will show the contemporary UK work. For example, the Carol Churchill, Far Away, or it's going to be Duncan Macmillan, again another very known name. Showing Every Brilliant Thing, the play that is actually fairly new and was presented just a few years ago back at the Edinburgh Fringe. There will be classics. There will be Tolkien. There will be Alice in Wonderland. So it's going to be a combination of classical and known work and very new contemporary stuff.
This is interesting. So you've got 11 finalists. So what are the criteria to choose the winners, the three ones?
Of course, the excellence of the work. But what the directors will have to show, they will have to convince the judges that their instruments, that the tools that you're using and the way they work, they will have to show how they work with the actors, how they can set the scene. They will have to show their talent and their potential, and that's actually the key criteria. We have 6 judges, so it's not going to be an easy decision, and it's also going to be quite an interesting intercultural exchange between the Ukrainian judges and UK judges, which view theater sometimes very differently.
And so then this means that these 3 finalists, these 3 winners, they will get the funding, they will get the grant to produce one play. What aspects of production are going to be financed? Everything, 100%?
No. It's up to the theaters to decide what the money will go to. So I mean,
these
they will
British
receive
theaters that are helping the Ukrainian ones in cooperation to finance.
Not exactly. British Council will give a grant of 50,000 hryvnia towards the production.
Okay.
I mean, it's not enough to do the full-scale production. So the theaters that are partnering, that are Ukrainian theaters, will have to co-finance, and usually it's the fee of the actors, or it's the fees towards the stage design, and 50,000 hryvnia can be used for anything they think is necessary for the play to happen.
How do you think within this 3 years, how did this program help to develop the Ukrainian theater? Is there any feedback on that?
We are still in the process of evaluating it. I think after this third iteration of the program, we'll run a full-scale evaluation. But what I can say now is that we've supported 12 productions that are still running around the country in various cities. So it's Chernihiv, Kharkiv, Kyiv, Lviv. We've introduced a number of translations of new work, and that is again staged now not only by our participants but also by theaters around the country. So I think I believe at least that we kind of opened the gateway into the contemporary UK theatre. I really hope that some of the collaborations that we've started between the directors, UK directors and Ukraine, they will last and they will show itself in a few years' time.
And you should have probably heard, what are the impressions of British directors about this new modern Ukrainian approach, if we're speaking about Ukrainian contemporary theatre?
Well, they think it's very interesting, it's very different. Ukrainian theatre is a lot about the director, so director is at the center, while in the UK, the playwright
Okay, wow.
is the key person. So the text actually matters, especially in the contemporary theater, and when you stage the contemporary playwright who is still alive. So the play has to be intact in a lot of ways in the UK, not the same way in Ukraine. So Ukrainian directors are have strong opinions of how the play should be developed. Also, the physicality of our actors. I mean, they're fascinated by the skills of our actors and how they work. There are quite a lot of new formats that the British directors bring, I think. I mean, one of them is a device theatre. For example, last year, one of the plays was done based on the work of physicist Stephen Hawking. So the text that was used for the play is just a number of books about physics.
Wow.
And New Theatre on Pechersk was able to produce a play based on those texts. And the process is called devise. So when the team of actors and director basically devise the text while they're on the in the rehearsal space, and it's very interesting. It's quite new to Ukrainian theater scene.
Of course,
but it brought very interesting results.
Well, let's hope that this new approach and this cooperation will bring Ukrainian theaters on a new level of stage performance. I thank you so much for this conversation.
Thanks.
This was Anna Bubnova, Head of Arts at British Council Ukraine. Thank you for watching Head to Head, and stay tuned for more with UATV.